It would be unwise to challenge this monster now. Find the exit first. It would be unwise to challenge. Find the exit.
You left Carter's Manor. But what appears before you after leaving the mansion is not the road you are familiar
welcome
with.
in. Thank you for the pickle. How you doing?
No, this is definitely not the way I remember.
Saya, I am so afraid. Something is staring at us.
Saya, watch out.
The attack of a long spear in front swept across and the light lit up. A figure with a burning green flame appeared. Its eyes looked indifferent to the world around it. It turned and stared directly at you.
Did you escape? That being the case, see you in the next world line.
Start settlement. The character will be permanently deleted after the settlement. Yeah, not really sure.
An etiquette mirror. There are a lot of books on the shelf, such as Gemcraft Appreciation, Garden Appreciation.
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of
World
ways to
Treasure
lose the
Investigation.
game.
You search around and
Or
find
die,
a group of
technically.
files in the gap under the shelf.
I just didn't feel like it was time for Mog to die quite yet.
These files are within a translucent case. You open it and look them over, only to find a torn diary page on the backside. You open the file and pull out the journal pages. Research has confirmed that as long as there is a large enough interaction between the same instrument, the feat of crossing the gate can be achieved. Black car first experiment Rose failed. You feel a resentful aura approaching you. A strong sense of emotion surges into your mind as you feel this. You see blurry white shadows wandering around the mansion, but it seems that only you can see them. They simply wander around without purpose, only reacting when they hear sounds such as crying. You see a mid-aged lady crying.
I mean,
as she
I'm
reads
not
a set of
trying
notes.
to, Mog, but the game is trying
the creature
to.
is affected by her
not
sadness
see
and
it?
wants to
Took
provide
a shot
comfort
at
of some
Took a
kind,
swing.
but cannot say anything. They are in an untouchable world and no one can sense their existence. The being seems in pain as it uses all its strength to hug that lady. But at this moment, its breath begins to blur. Intense resentment draws near. The lady seems to be in shock if not terrified, immediately passing out into a coma. It begins to cry to help, but no one hears it. You see the blurry white shades in the illusion now approaching you as a chill passes through your arms. A small amount of white mist covers your arm as you begin to hear the girl speak.
Save me. Please save me.
You watch the blurry girl in front of you as she holds your hand and tears fall from her face. Behind her, further shades are drawing out from herself within additional layers of reality. They also cry out, "Save us." You feel your arms surging with a huge force and you know you have to make a decision. There are more and more phantoms pulling behind the girl and you know your choice is too impulsive. Your power is not enough to pull the girl out of the illusion. In the end, she is pulled into another world by a huge force. The illusion is gone. You are back to reality.
Mog, you weren't strong enough.
When searching the study, you find a book about the thick black theory and you try to learn from it.
You have strength. Apparently, though, you're not strong. You weren't strong enough to save the little girl. Well, anybody just has to hit him at this point. Jesus. Ah. Oh, That roll is BS. It really is. I'm just,
I can't open that door.
Before you sits a bed that remains the same as it was the day Madam disappeared. You quit under the bed.
Allymog, you might just have to die. Can't find some way out of here. Dave gave her 1 second, need to use the restroom. And then we're gonna come back and try not to let Mog die. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I should order it some. I'll do that on the same trip run here. Right back. We can keep going alive. All right. Let's see. Is there a way to not have Mog die? That's what we're doing. Hit. You hit pretty good that time, Mug.
You glance at the table and see a plethora of steamed lamb, pine flour, chicken, a beautiful leafy green. Before you sits a Before you sit. Within this case, its simplicity stands out among as you linger around it. This case holds a flashy golden necklace. You decide to read the plate. It reads,
This belongs to their own. Carter would never.
All those maids we've killed.
It seems that they've yet to display. Within this glass case, you watch as
I'm not sure whether.
it seems that they've yet to.
It would be unwise to challenge this monster now. Find the exit first.
Found the exit.
You find that the ground behind the vehicle is a thick metal plate. Surprisingly, there is a card lock on the metal plate that is the same as the room door. Within the passage lays a winding tunnel. You follow it deeper and deeper.
There we
This
go.
is the map in which Carter detailed an alternative form of leaving the premises of the manor.
You watch Ace hand the map to Sherry.
This whole area is currently in an isolated space. You'll need to follow the path on the map if you wish to leave.
Ace, what about you?
Ace merely shakes her head in response to Sherry's question.
I prefer to not see you meet your end here. I have things to do. I don't have the capacity to take care of you currently.
Sherry takes a look at the map, then another at Ace as she walks away. You feel her anxiety well up. She hesitates for a brief moment, then thrusts the map against Saya's waist.
Hurry up and get out of here. I need to take care of something. Though, I have to do it on my own.
Are you planning on helping Ace? Do you have any idea of what's at stake?
I know it's dangerous, but I need to see this through. I've already ran away once when everyone on the scientific expedition team sacrificed themselves so that I could live. This time,
Yes.
I can't just leave. Ace is planning to stop Carter and I want to help her. This is something I must do. But you don't need to get involved.
Sherry takes a deep breath and looks at you, waiting for your next words.
What would Maud do in this situation? Would you respect Sherry's decision and go find the exit? Or would you join Sherry's action to deal with Carter's conspiracy? Which would you pick, Mog? You'd pick one?
Best of luck to you, Sherry. We are going to find a way out of here.
Sherry rushes out of the room upon hearing your
Saya, why did you?
What's so surprising? I understand how she feels. Well, let's not stand still. Let's get out of here.
Document 2. My first plan has failed horribly and time is running out to even attempt my second option. At least I do have a hypothesis. I can use the power of those things to protect my body with mercury. Then mark the beacon with pillars. And step into the crack of time.
No, all we did was we lost Saya, but we lost Sherry, but we kept Saya.
No. This is not just a hypothesis. I must succeed. I must succeed. I must succeed. Otherwise, I will be caught up by that thing. With the exception of the first 2 sentences and a few words throughout, the text is difficult to understand. It seems clear that this was written solely as something for the writer's eyes alone. You can see that the spirit of the writer is extremely unstable. Although the desk is messy, you quickly found something useful. Document 1. The modified car now possesses the ability to create a portal. So by generating large enough force between it and the target, the plan may be realized. Chosen subject: Rose Alu. Age 17. Female. To maximize the success rate, the sacrifice of Alu is necessary. Result: failed. There are a few typos at the end of the article, which ends abruptly. You can see that the person who wrote this document was very upset. A strange container sits on the center of the table. Next to the container sit several small jars that feel chilly to the touch. They look like small canisters, but contain a substance you've never seen before.
Anakin. E710, it's FTL juice. Got a new key card. I'm wondering if it opens up the last place we have to go. Wait, she left the party, right? Oh no, that's the other one. It's back in the party now.
I can't open that.
Ah, darn. It didn't work for it. Find an exitron at the location of Carter's study.
You reach towards the window and feel a strange sensation as if you were touching a pool of still water. You instinctively feel as if there's some type of barrier here, but you can't see it.
This should be the exit. We need to get moving.
You feel uneasy, as if you know what's happening, but don't want to acknowledge it. You try to hold that remaining thread in your mind together with all your might.
Saya, you are coming as well, right?
If you are able to leave swiftly, I can relax a little. Leave the rest to me.
That remaining thread snaps as you understand why Saya didn't immediately pursue Sherry when she left. You know her to be impulsive. But you were trying to ignore the reality before you. She often appears calm when she is focused on a task and you realize what that task is. She's concerned about your safety and decided to hold back until she knows you're out of harm's way. With a door to the normal world on one side, and a choice to slip into the abyss of nightmares on the other, you decide.
The mug. I'll let you pick again.
Saya, I'm going to stay. I've made up my mind to help you.
No, not this time. I've made this mistake once before. They all died because of me. This time, I'll be the one protecting everyone.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see Saya with the backside of her gun towards you.
Try to knock us out.
You dodge Saya's attack.
Ah!
Saya, don't try to force me to leave. I want to help you.
You might die.
I won't let you do it alone. Although we've not been together for a long time, I feel that I understand you, Saya. Someone
Like
who
literally a
values
day.
another's safety
Technically, if you
more
think
than
about
their
it.
own
They've
life
literally
must be
been
a good
together for a
person.
day.
You call me your partner. I can't just turn away from this.
You are really the same guy.
A brief shine hits the window beside you. You turn and look towards it and see Carter standing in the garden. He's holding a sparkling gem and standing just next to the well. You realize that Sherry is nowhere to be seen.
Saya, wasn't Sherry chasing after him? Where is she?
Could it be that Sherry has already? Impossible. We need to hurry.
Well, look at us. If only we'd have gone to help first. Sherry might have lived.
Ace, weren't you searching for Carter? Where's Sherry?
Ace did not answer your question directly. Instead, she showed a sad expression.
Is Sherry dead?
Did you see Carter's plans? When we met in the safe room, I left the details on the desk. I'm sure you've realized he's being chased by something.
She sighs with a sense of resignation.
She encountered that thing while chasing Carter. That thing has come from the end of time. It pulled her into a spatial rift by chance.
Ace interrupts Saya and turns to you with a serious expression.
So you understand the situation. If Carter dies, the space here should be restored and Sherry may come back alive. But that creature is locked onto Carter and simply killing Carter likely won't get rid of it. In the worst case scenario, it would linger in this realm until it loses interest. That would be a disaster to say the least. I can't simply attempt to save Sherry knowing that doing so could unleash that creature upon our realm. The only real solution is to get Carter to lure it out of this realm. If he were to die elsewhere, that may distract the creature to follow him. That's my perspective at least. It may be tough to accept, but I believe you understand what's at stake. I would prefer that you don't die here, but also am doubtful that you choose the greater good over Sherry. So I would ask, will you leave now, or will you attempt to deal with Carter? Please give me an answer.
I understand
Monster
the current
chase scene.
situation.
Saya reacts instantly by popping the back of her gun up to check her bullets briefly. Ace seems to understand her intention, but appears almost indifferent to the impending disaster. She doesn't stop you. Instead just shakes her head and walks away.
I'll get started then. I believe we can handle it.
Saya, what are you doing? Didn't you promise to move together with me?
Take it easy there. I simply would rather resolve this without regrets. I'll both resolve this disaster and protect my dear friends.
For a moment, you can only stand there speechless as Saya confidently walks away. You feel your heartbeat accelerating as your mind can't fully process the situation.
I mean, really?
An abnormal purple light cluster blocks the way. This is by no means a simple opponent. You are ready.
Not ready yet. 1 second. Let me actually look at the supplies real quick. Okay, she's got some rounds to her. Let's see. Right. You got to the RPG aspects of this game, huh? Yeah? We're about to fight, so I'm just trying to... prep for it. Let's see. How you doing, Womp? How was game night? I think we're ready. It was GTA. Under penalty of law, you're not allowed to talk about the events of tonight's proceeding.
An abnormal...
I think by saying that, you've already talked enough. Perjury. Yeah, physical attacks weren't working on him. One person, but whatever.
You noticed that the well in the mid of the garden brought a huge beam to the sky and Saya fell too. Her knees and Sherry is play the gem in her hand.
What a coincidence. Saya, have we reached the ending here? I will accept the Saladnet too.
A few minutes ago,
Yo, look who is here. What now? Do you still want to stop me?
Don't worry. You can't go anywhere. I will go with you together, even if you can't.
Carter looks at Saya with a smile, exuding inexplicable confidence all over his body.
Inexplicable.
Oh, really? Haha. Then I am going to be so happy. At the end of the journey, there are beauties to accompany you. This is rare too.
Hey Psycho 2. Why don't you tell me about your great plans? I guess you can't wait to find someone to show off to, right?
Oh,
Carter looks aside with a smile.
it is my honor.
I'm
Carter
definitely a
cleared
human
his
being.
throat and stuffed the book into his pocket. He spreads his hands, holds up the jewel, and begins to speak passionately.
You must come back from the underground safety room. Right. And those 2 documents you must read. Right. To be honest, the plan failed in the first place. I was very despairing. I have lost 2 mate people. Even Olu, my daughter.
Yeah, he killed his
Luckily,
daughter.
I didn't give up. Since the attack of the Eve cannot help me to get rid of that thing, I am starting to find the same power as that thing. And good luck will always favor those who work hard, and opportunities will always open the door for those who never give up. So I found this gem, a gem that has the power to peek into space and time. That's all I think. Now I'll use Mercury to cover me.
There hasn't been a single passionate line of dialogue in this whole damn game so far. The lies!
Passages. That thing will come at any time. At the moment when space-time are torn apart, I can use this power to leave. Leave to the distant past or to the future.
Wait, turn off the
No one
text to
can
speech
touch
and
me.
put on the native language.
No one can.
Gradually, he begins to laugh wildly. It is not like the sound that a normal person would make, and you can hear a bit of mania in his voice.
You just want to run away. Why are you trying to sound all high and mighty? You must be scared. You sacrificed so many innocent, just so that you could live.
Me, am I living for myself? No, I am not.
Carter's face begins to
No,
distort
no.
as he
I
stares
am a not.
fiercely at Saya. All at once any grace he had collapses.
I'm doing the right thing. It is impossible to fight against that existence. I will leave here. I am correct. If you want to defeat that kind of thing, you have to use this extreme method. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, you are just stubborn. It's almost time. There is only 1 minute left. 30 seconds.
In Carter's shout, the deep well in the middle of the garden suddenly trembled, emitting a frightening brilliant light. Countless streamers rushed to the sky, and at this moment, Carter waved his big hand and lifted
Countless
Sola
streamers.
Dinit flat in front of him.
Ha 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 ha. Farewell.
Done.
No, impossible. Why didn't the teleport start? Why? Apparently, it is time.
Carter's smile froze as the Sola Dinit gem slipped from his hand, and he clutched his heart and looks at Saya in horror.
Was it a surprise? Your end is already preordained. Mr. Carter, that thing won't arrive on time, because its primary hunting target is not you, but me.
You say, what?
Carter was stunned for a moment, then suddenly burst out laughing wildly.
Ha ha ha. Is that what you got? And you will die too. And you. All of you.
He laughed and fell into a well. After a moment of silence, the laughter completely disappeared from this world. The surrounding air suddenly shrank just as Saya was about to pick up the gem. The gems on the ground emitted a terrifying attraction. Sola Dinit emits a brilliant light and unleashes a massive amount of power. And it only took a moment for the power that had nowhere to go to find Saya, who was confined nearby, and pour into her body fiercely. Saya stumbled backward, clutching her body in pain and struggling on the ground. The force surged through her limbs and bones, tearing her apart, although it was excruciatingly painful. She did not go into a coma as a result of it. However, the swelling force tortured her, and her body could collapse at any time. However, the light scattered around Saya had suddenly covered a layer of darkness. Sherry's sharp claws shattered the darkness and light in the space, rushing into the center of the vortex, and grabbing the gem by the well. The burden on Saya's body suddenly lightened, and Sherry took away the source of her strength just before she was smashed by it. The surrounding power is constantly flowing toward Sherry's body.
What a coincidence. Saya, have we reached the ending here? I will accept the Saladnik too.
Sherry, wait, what are you doing?
Every archaeologist should look far ahead. My parents often taught me this before they pass away. Therefore, my version has long been not limited to the Earth, the vast universe. Who doesn't want to go once? Well, leave you fools for your own leisure. This is the privilege of the strong. You stay on this planet, lingering, rotting, and stinking.
Sherry's eyes are curved like a broken moon. Countless streamers poured into her body, expanding and surging.
Sherry, please don't.
You see Sherry's eyes soften as she looks at Saya.
At the end of the journey, the bad guy used vile means to capture the hero's fruit of victory. Wouldn't that be great? Saya, don't worry. I will divert those things away.
What a joke. Are you going to the universe? And what? Then freeze into ice sculptures?
Saya stood up tremblingly and rushed towards Sherry.
This is the moment.
You come to the garden. You look at Saya slapping Sherry's hand with her bloody hand. The gem was stained with bright red blood and no longer emitted such a strong light. Sherry stared blankly at Saya.
Why? Why did you come here? If I could bring this gemstone to the end of the universe, no one will be harmed, and everyone can be safe. Ace, Saya, both of you can be safe.
Sherry's anxious voice rings through the air.
And who comes to save you?
Saya's body fell uncontrollably due to the severe injury. Sherry stretched out her hands and caught Saya's body. The huge power lingering in the space is slowly fading, and the remaining part is slowly infiltrating into the bodies of the two, causing the earth to tremble and the false manor to crumble. After a long time, you were woken up by Saya, who was seriously injured and comatose. And she still had a smile on the corner of her mouth. She told you, the problem is solved, but there is something much more important she needs to do. Then you saw a black kitten on the top of her head. The morning has come, and a ray of sunlight shines on one person and one kitten. A beautiful and harmonious picture.
New bond.
Despite the twists and turns, you returned home safe and sound.
Oh, you lived.
The only annoyance is that the payback of this commission will never be recovered. But during this period of time, everything and things related to Carter has become heavy news, and as a survivor of the disaster, you also took the opportunity to get some good income. You and Saya become close friends, and she often writes to you and mails you some of the amazing pictures she's taken. You just received another letter from Saya today, and you cannot wait to open the envelope.
This time. The last adventure we went on, you did not, I mean, you made it out, but...
You see a picture of her posing with a bandaged corpse in some ruins surrounded by coffins. A picture of her sitting on a giant octopus carcass in diving gear. A photo of a trading scene with men in black on both sides from the perspective of sniper rifle. Without exception, there will be a black kitten in the content of the photo. You know what Saya's purpose is, and you are constantly helping her. After reading the letter, knowing that she is all right, you carefully put the envelope in the drawer. Looking at the people coming and going outside the window, you know that there will be opportunities to adventure with her in the future.
Highlights, I'm still alive, nothing to be afraid of. New investigation characters will be able to directly inherit the experience and obtain the mythical items and traits of this settlement. Alright. What things found? Oh, we didn't find any new ones. Lame. We would have had to go into the guy's, yeah, I know we would have. Probably in his room.
Do not bother me.
See. Can improve your brawl skills with the enemy combat. Improve your observation from knowledge related. This is help meet all kinds of people. Make concealment perception check. The higher 12 SP. Strength plus 5 will plus 5. Both your strength and will not exceed effect. Everyone knows that you're the infamous one. Oh, you'd switch trait. Yeah, you don't need to switch any of the traits. You're fine. For sure with this. Gets traits scarred. Gets traits combat training. Even through a scarred, you both body and mind. During exploration, lose 1 health and 1 spirit each turn. How do we get rid of that trait? Because that's terrible. Trait state change. Okay, good. You unlock the limited options of unlocking the personality restriction option. Unlock the limited options of personality. The luck improve. Luck plus 5. Not really sure what that's telling us to go do. Oh, craft. You want craft? Oh, not you. You don't have any points. Failed. What negative thing did you get? Jack of all trades, master of none. What did that do to you? No. Making skill checks in craft and medicine skills add 1 penalty dice. Craft 5, medicine 5. There you go. You still got something out of it. Penalty dice. There you go. Switch them all over. Why not? Let's go send Mog on his next adventure. Oh, wait. Maybe choose a belief option to unlock a personality limit option. Craft a throwable non-an item, gain an additional identical item. I think I understand it, maybe. Alright. What? Next journey. Have I ever gotten you killed that you can prove? Yes, you got you killed by. I don't think there's any evidence of any of these things that you're claiming. It feels like you're just unfairly targeting me with your unhappiness and rage. I feel like I'm innocent of all allegations against my people. You totally... See, it's all blanks. Wait, Why is he not talking? No, he stopped talking. Maybe then. In 1920, following a train collision, two constructor trains were dispatched to meet the wartime transportation peak. The rear train crashed into the observation car at the end of the front train. I already missed the AI speaker. Anyway, which was making a brief stop at Rochester. 11 people were killed and one went missing during the... Names of the 5 victims, around a dozen of them are engraved below. Okay. What about you? Are you going home or just on a trip? Of course it's the latter. My first leave in my hometown, actually. And I'm carrying a lot in my baggage. So you'll be away from town for some while, huh? Well, it's not about the distance of the trip. Fact is, families were local villagers, born and raised. And as part of the village, they lay down with the angels. Having stepped not one step out of town, and it was by sheer chance that I learned my mother's unrealized wish. That she wished to see the seashore, to hear the waves, and feel the sand under her feet on the beach. Needless to say, I had mixed feelings about it, but importantly, that's something also on my bucket list, so I just bought the ticket and hoped this trip would be a stone to kill 2 birds. Yeah, it's not. Sounds great. Wish you a wonderful journey. Thank you. You're seeing your family within an hour. What's that long face? My family's arranged a marriage for me while I was outside. Not that I wanted to get married in the first place, but when I first heard the news, I wasn't aware they were serious about it. Turns out they even have the ticket for me. And they don't see their son at the wedding. They're going to straight up disinherit me. A wedding? Telling me that somehow a girl coming from nowhere loves you and decided to entrust the rest of her life to you? And you're upset about it? Thought you'd be a misogynist. Christ. Not what you think. I'd rather not talk about it. Never mind. I guess there's nothing to gain from keeping it a secret. You see, my fiance, that girl and I, we had been on a pretty close relationship when we were playmates. Then I escaped from her. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't having a new flame outside or something. Hell, we even promised to walk down the aisle together back then. But something really creepy happened. And she wasn't that cute, amiable girl I had used to know anymore. She became hysterical, and the way she looked became something I'd rather not recall that face. Anyway, I decided to leave the town. The rest you already knew. Oh my god. Like, Sagamist. So you're afraid of the girl. At the same time, you don't dare sever the tie. Right. Her father was the boss of a local mob. And you know there's no way I'd mess up with someone like that, so what I said then was I hope to seek some big opportunities in the big cities first, so I could have more savings when we live together. But you're now returning for your heritage, aren't you? That's not true. The truth is I've been trapped in the same predicament all these years. I miss her, but I just can't figure out how I'd be able to stand in front of her and look at her. Well, new face. I hate myself for being a coward. Don't say that. You're on the train back, and that took a lot of courage, no? Still, it's time you make a decision for both you and the girl you loved. The bustle recedes as people begin to run out of topics. You decide to take a break as well. You lull into the seat with your eyes closed. The light suddenly goes out, and the echoes of the wheels rumble forces you to sit up. The train is passing through a dark tunnel. The heck? You hear the desperate cries amidst the growing grumbles of the railway beneath. It feels like the train is derailed. Then comes a sudden break. Unprepared, you are flung off your seat. Your body slammed onto the wall. Everything turns dark before you figure out what has happened. Feel your body gets up from the ground, dragging itself toward a yellow manor. Light flows into the manor through the gaps between its walls, and the house glows in a heartwarming way like the lamp above the dinner table in your childhood memory. You push the door and walk in. The interior is as lavish as you can imagine. Antique portraits hang above the white wainscotings, and polished wooden furniture sits next to the shelves. Filled with books by the walls, even the remaining empty space is occupied by patterned lounge chairs, tables topped with tassel lamps, and a furbished piano. You see a figure in a ragged motley robe drawing something at a long table in the middle of the room. As you approach them, you get to see more clearly his painting. He's drawing a glowing house, just like this one you walked in. You feel baffled and terrified. You attempt to turn on your heels, but you find your legs struck onto the ground like trunks. You turn your eyes front at the robed figure, who's now aware of their guest's arrival. It wasn't until they turn around that you see the petite body that belongs to a girl under the robe. The oversized clothing drapes from her head, revealing only her pale face. She looks at you with disbelief for a while, then reaches her shaking hands out in your direction. Just as her fingers are about to touch you, a sad, melancholy voice whispers a melody into your ears. You see her lips move, but her words are silenced. Colors flee from your vision. A fissure opens in the ground, pulling you into the emptiness below. The girl wishes to take you by the arm, but she missed. Her weeping face draws back from you as you fall. Darkness. Mug, you died. Again. Sorry, man. You're greeted by an unfamiliar ceiling, laying in an unfamiliar bed with an unfamiliar window aside. The fragrance of those pale yellow tulips bears no resemblance to your memories. The shroom return. Yep. Semblance. Filtered sunlight seeps through the window, brings with it a chilling breeze, and enveloping the room in a cloak of dreariness. Where am I? To the west of the hotel, a dense white mist obscures the view, expanse seemingly endless. Shifting your gaze to the north, the colossal white beast looms in the northern street. It stands before two opulent mansions, its imposing form resembling that of a vigilant guardian. What is it, a statue? Delicate calendar with its pages adorned with serene paintings of flowers and butterflies. According to the calendar, it is now January of 1920. The door slides open, your gaze is drawn to a candle and a box of matches. Meanwhile, you find a note aside. Welcome to this humble abode. Regrettably, preparations may not be entirely complete, and for any inconveniences this may cause, please accept my sincerest apologies. Rest assured, all blankets and pillows have been freshly laundered for your comfort. May your stay here be a sanctuary of rest, allowing you to refresh from your travels. Should you encounter any issues or require assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Delightful aroma of well-cooked dishes walks in your nose, drawing your attention. Smells like meat. Behind the counter stands a young woman delicately preparing something in a pot. Drawing near, catch sight of bandages peeking out from beneath her clothing, wrapped tightly around her shoulders. Excuse me, I can only recall something happening on the train. Did you save me? And where exactly are we? The woman remains oblivious to your words, lost in her own world. You suddenly realize she hasn't responded to any noise you made when you came down. You begin to suspect she either struggles with hearing or battles the grip of dementia. With a sense of urgency, you try again. Excuse me! Guest? At last! Made a special stew for tonight. It's gonna be delightful. Be served shortly. Certain you'll find it to your liking. Glancing into the pot, you recognize the concoction. She's preparing a chickpea stew. A safe recipe, it seems, with peas, carrots, potatoes, cabbage, and a mix of pork and beef. Yet, what should be a comforting dish looks more like a scene from hell. Struggle to keep your composure, fighting the urge to retch. I don't think it's edible. The hotel owner is hoping you could have a taste of the stew. You will... Crap. You want to refuse it, Mug? You could always try it. I mean, what's the worst that'll happen? You don't want to let down the shopkeeper, do you? He's looking forward to feeding it to you. Oof. Thank you so much for the kind offer, but I'm not hungry right now. Oh, are you sure you don't want to give it a try? I know you're just trying to be polite. You don't like it, do you? Don't worry, I'll make it better. She unwraps the bandage on her left arm and slides it open with a sharp knife, blood dripping into the pot. As her blood mixes with the stew, her face grows even paler. Getting better now. Please give it a try, it'll bring you joy. What? Why? Have you lost your mind? I just won't take it no matter if it's delicious or not. I start to regret what you just said, but the owner doesn't seem to react to your words. She simply looks at you, her hope undiminished, urging you to try her stew. Even if you look at me like that, I'm not going to risk myself for it. I don't think it's safe here. Best to leave. Just as you're about to leave, the creak of the door interrupts. In steps an old man clad in a simple monk's robe. The old man seems surprised to see you here. After a short pause, he strides straight to the counter and helps himself to a bowl of stew. Your stew is always a delight, Mary. I eagerly anticipate your final ascension. His gaze shifts toward you. It's been some time since I've seen a new face here. He seems like an ordinary person. Perhaps I can glean some information from him. You recount your recent experiences to him. So, you just arrived today? Yes, and that's all I know. Can you tell me something about this place? The old man hesitates momentarily. Very well, you may call me Mr. Tonson. I hold a position of mayor in this town. However, before I provide any answers, I must clarify something crucial. Have you ever attempted to leave the town? Can you navigate through the mist that shrouds this place? Please excuse me? You hastily exit the hotel and endeavor to depart the town, yet regardless of your efforts, you find yourself inexplicably back at the entrance after traversing the mist. Johnson, what's really going on here? This place is a cage, my dear, a trap for everyone who stumbles upon it. No one can leave and nothing can change. Many have been driven to madness by this situation. But I am privy to the secrets of this place. I hold the key to the exit. If you are willing to help me, I'll be glad to offer my assistance. Once the task is done, you'll be free to leave. What kind of task? Something to benefit the locals. A murderer lurks among us, hiding in the shadows. I need you to find him. But fear not for your safety. Even if you meet an untimely demise, you will find yourself back where you started as if nothing happened. Fair trade, don't you think? You won't have to risk anything. Your eagerness for more information leads you to accept the task without hesitation. After a brief deliberation, you conclude that even if Mr. Thompson hadn't assigned it to you, you'd likely stumble upon the same lead eventually. Having an ally with an exit strategy seems far preferable. Thompson, I still need more basic information about this place. I don't even know where to find you when the task is completed. Don't worry, you can simply return to this hotel. I'll seek you out here in the evening. Here's a piece of advice for you. For your investigation. Avoid North Street. Dragon, thank you for the hydrate. I have little patience for uninvited guests intruding into my mansion. As for other locations, feel free to explore. Most residents have been evacuated from town. Furthermore, I value intelligence, those who ask fewer questions and seek more knowledge. Time holds no sway here, and you'll come to realize that soon. Yeah, one last thing. How did you evacuate people out of a town if you... Never mind. I want to know more about the murder. Face begins to flicker across Thompson's face. His name is Horn. As you converse, a man in black somersaults in through the window, his sapphire hair shimmering in the light. He regards Mr. Thompson with a disdainful smirk. What a pleasant surprise, old Thompson. Here's your watchdog, Ryan, is absent. A misfortune for you. Now, what manner of torment shall we indulge in tonight? Thompson begins to tremble upon seeing the man. He's Horn. Seize him. Do something. I'll grant you leave at once you've dealt with him. At this, the man's gaze shifts towards you. He grins and adjusts his hair. Well, what do we have here? Countered a murderer as charming as I have you. Look at you, too naive to trust an old fox like him. If he knew a way out, I'd have left this damn place long ago. Don't heed his words. The mayor of this town, he's nothing but a mere murderer. Still wasting time with chatter, old Thompson? Don't even entertain the thought of fleeing like last time. The swift movement, Horn charges toward Mr. Thompson, shattering his leg bones. Thompson collapses to the ground, writhing in agony, his hands clutching at his maimed legs. While Horn is torturing Mr. Thompson, he leaves his back at you. You're going to... What do you want to do, Mog? You want to wait and see or help Mr. Thompson? What type of person are you really, Mog? So, are you gonna help him, or are you gonna... Two, okay, there you go. While Horn is preoccupied with Mr. Thompson, you decide to intervene. Despite Horn's caution, he doesn't anticipate your swiftness. You knock him out, surprising both Horn and Mr. Thompson. To your astonishment, after dealing with Horn, Mr. Thompson rises to his feet, bloodied but determined. Don't move, you're injured. It could be fatal. Doesn't matter, now is our chance. You took care of Horn, so I'll grant you your leave as promised. But remember, you must accept what I'm about to do without question, otherwise you may end up like Mary. Alright? Thompson begins to chant a spell. You don't understand it. But soon a pair of malevolent eyes appear, and he directs them toward you. A sense of dread washes over you, quickly escalating to soul-shaking fear. You're paralyzed, unable to control yourself. It feels like the deepest nightmare, trying to wake up but finding no escape. Eventually, you're trapped in the nightmare forever. Intense pain consumes your body, and your last shred of consciousness makes you realize you've been twisted into an inhuman being. He tricked you, Mog. He tricked you. Freak that old guy. I'm gonna let him die. You appear to be... You know what, though, Mog? I think this time we should see what happens if you just eat the soup right away. What do you think? I think it's actually best that you don't eat the soup if you want the truth. I was like, why am I waiting for this still? Thank you so much for the kind offer. But I'm not hungry right now. Are you sure? Oh yeah, that's right. She just chops herself up. I remember. You want to eat it after she adds the blood? Is that... No, we're gonna avoid it again. See, this time we didn't get any of the luck benefit. I wish we had the AI talking still, but we don't, so I'm just gonna deal with it. I mean, clearly the guy didn't have a way out, or else, you know, you wouldn't be in the town. Yeah, there's no way you pass that. Hurry. Fine. Still trying to summon your pitiful monsters, Thompson? One draws his gun. 3 shots echo through the room. Mr. Thompson lies motionless, like a discarded puppet. One strides closer. Ended his own life again. Tedious. He then directs his attention to you. You there. You're far more intriguing. You're the first to arrive in this place since the loop began. Is there a connection between you and this cursed world? Tell me your little secrets. Perhaps we're on the same side. Seriously, I have no idea. Just woke up in this hotel. I have no knowledge of any connection you mentioned. As expected, Horn frowns, making no effort to conceal his displeasure. I'd advise you to tell me the truth. While my current amusement is limited to that old man over there, I possess numerous methods to make you suffer far worse than death. One tries to threaten something out of you. Something you really have no idea now. I also have no idea. You brace yourself for battle. Then I'll have to jog your memory the hard way. Do the attacks. He only has 3 hit points. I was trying to decide if I should subdue him or not. If I subdue him, he's conscious. Well, that's good if I had more dex, but Hog does not have dex. No, he's fine. We didn't kill him. Knocked him down. I have no reason to deceive you. If I possessed any knowledge about this place, I wouldn't have found myself lost in those accursed fogs, would I? As you mentioned, there's a possibility we're aligned in our goals. Establishing some mutual trust would be beneficial in this predicament. Well, individuals like myself tend to harbor certain unsavory inclinations. He smoothed his hair, attempting to regain some semblance of composure. Then as the question shifts to one of seriousness, I'm also seeking a way out, and you're the only outsider I've encountered. Please try harder to recall. Have you encountered anything unfamiliar before arriving in town? Suddenly the scene from your dream flashes through your mind. The girl painting the house. Perhaps that's your connection to the town. With that in mind, you attempt to describe the dream to Horn. I knew you had something in mind. It reminds me of a family living on North Street. Quite certain the girl from your dream resides there. Then what are we waiting for? Let's head to North Street. To your surprise, Horn doesn't seem to agree with your plan. Speaking of North Street, remember that watchdog Ryan I mentioned earlier? He's there and he'll tear us to pieces if we go in unprepared. Besides, it's time for the next loop. Loop? Actually, I was thinking, what's the loop you were talking about? No time to waste, just listen. Come find me on South Street when you wake up. Oh, right, you have no idea where it is. Follow Mary, the hotel owner. She frequents South Street every day. And here's some advice. Don't engage in chatter with just anyone here, because strange melodic voice fills the air, surrounding the surrounding shatter like broken glass. Gaze upon that familiar ceiling lying in a familiar bed with a familiar window beside you. back, so the loop thing is true. I should find Horn first. Welcome to this humble abode. Regrettably, preparation may not be entirely... Wait, this is what we read before, right? Close your eyes and listen intently. The only sound you detect is the wind rustling through scattered papers. It appears the window of this room is open. However, the scent of fresh paint permeates the air, along with the faint hint of blood. See kills. Now we need a key or a crowbar according to that. A wardrobe reveals neatly arranged female clothing. Mary's notebook. As you open the notebook, you notice traces of frequent uses. The starting pages of the notebook say, I can't manage to start my hotel business here without the help of others, so I'm going to catalog their contributions here as a token of my gratitude. Continuing through the note, a small line of text grabs your attention. In case I forgot, Ryan entrusted me with something temporarily, so I stored them in the second floor storage room. Just as you're about to close the notebook, you discover a drawing tucked inside. It depicts a happy birthday message accompanied by a cute smiling face. I said follow her. Not here. Didn't grow out. Seems like she's burdened by sadness. The lid of the paint bucket near the ladder appears to be slightly askew. Appears there's something within the paint. You decide to retrieve it. It's a key. In material. Flower pot. You're unable to discern the type of plant within. And the sound is crashing. It shouldn't be. That was 3 minutes ago. Range. Prepared some delicious dishes for tonight. You won't be disappointed. Please come and join us. Mary's knocking doors and giving flyers to the residents. Do they not know that they're trapped in a time loop? At the end, she walks into a grocery store. The border has a line of words painted in white. Welcome to Tonston Town. He traces that the grass has been searched through, but when you try to find something, you discover nothing but gravel. The only good thing is that your skills are strength, observation, and like whatever the other one. Barely made it though. Secret message. A portrait hangs on the wall featuring an attractive lady dancing in a flower field. The edge of the frame is suspiciously tilted. You give it a press. Then a piece of notepaper falls from behind the painting. I can never be the Nancy you love. I don't need your melodies. Nor do I need your gallant performance. I want to hear you talking to me. How long has it been since we shared a dance? I still wish we had the AI text to speak. Music symbols are written all over the sheets. Two of them are torn into pieces and some have blood on them. It takes you a while before you pick up a recognizable sheet from the pile, only to find the work unfinished. Exquisite Broadwood piano with straight pull strings. As your fingers jump from one idled key to another, you find yourself stepping on scattered letters. These are all returned letters from Joe to Nancy. Judging from the dates on them, Joe had written to the girl several dozens of letters whose dates ranged from 1919 to 1920. Seems he was never stingy about his words of affection to her. Letter. My dear Nancy, why must your eyes shy away from me? Even the stars wink at me from time to time in the sky. My dear Nancy, you're the meaning in my life. You're my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the skies are gray. Really? I know, I'm like, right. Yep, they went there, that's what they did. Goes through the grass carefully. Luckily, find 2 lucky clovers. He was lovesick. Lovesick pickle. Welcome back, Val. How you doing? Okay, you need to rest now. Got an adult. Alright, Mog. Have a good sleep. I'll see you later. There are newspapers with crossword puzzles, a lunchbox, and several coins in the drawer. On closer examination, you uncover a pocket pistol taped to the upper side of the drawer. Staff may have kept it there for their protection. The ledger book is remarkably thick, meticulously detailing the costs and income over the past 10 months. Its pages are filled with detailed financial records of goods and tools over the past 6 months. The store barely managed to break even. However, a notable trend emerges after October of 1919. There is a remarkable surge in demand for high-quality locks. The bulk of these orders originate from residents of East and North Street. Additionally, a significant government order stands out in the records, with the procurement department acquiring a lock mold. For daily necessities, you find some detergents on it. Town's lottery rules outlined with precision. To fund the maintenance of public facilities, the town hall will conduct a monthly lottery featuring a base number of 5,000 tickets priced at $5 each. The prizes include one jackpot of 200,000, two second prizes of $50,000, and 5 third prizes of $20,000. Winners must claim their prize money within 5 working days from the town hall's tax window. Note, only lottery tickets with paging seal will be considered valid. A lot of sense. Can I depersonalize you? I mean, Dan, I can. How you doing, Gogas? So this lottery is... They lose money on it? Alright, I guess they're hoping that just nobody wins it, but I mean... if there's 5,000 tickets priced at $5 each, $25,000, but the grand prize is 200,000. They just buy all the tickets. It's going all right. The AI stopped talking. The AI text-to-speech stopped text-to-speeching, so I'm very sad about that. It was one of the best things of this game so far. Aren't lotteries prohibited by law? The coin-operated lottery machine. Are you willing to spend $5 to purchase a ticket? Or... I should have announced the winner by now. I bought so many tickets, I'm sure I'll win the jackpot this time. I'm putting all my hopes on this. The announcement must be somewhere in town. Please help me find it. Hard to imagine how long the man has been waiting in desperation. I'll keep an eye out for it. How can I look at what these are? Oh, those are lottery tickets. And lucky clovers. banana prefer? I'm gonna take this one. Takes out several coins from the pocket and put them on the counter. Don't judge me. You're gonna stream tonight, but you think you're just gonna crash instead? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much longer I feel like going. We've hit the 9-hour mark. I don't know if I want to go all the way to 6 a.m. But I also know I want to continue playing the story here a little more. Maybe not let Mog die. Maybe let Mog die. Who knows? Town where news is sparse, the newspaper is filled mostly with gossip and lighthearted jokes. However, today's issue is dominated by the account of a pharmacy robbery. In the afternoon of January 13th, 1920, a robbery occurred at 7 East in Town. Prompt action from the police department led to the swift apprehension of the perpetrator man on South Street. Reportedly, the man broke into the pharmacy on East Street, absconded with a quantity of stored medicines. The witness staff recalls the man appearing agitated, pleading with him, "Please don't move. I don't want to do this. Sorry, but my family needs this." Judging from the attire, the perpetrator is a worker of the town's factory. I need to catch up with her by going slow. Post the flyer on the board so people can see it. Free meals at the hotel's grand opening. All right, need to use the restroom real quick. I'm also going to refill the water while I'm up. Then we're going to come back. We're going to figure out how to get out of this town that traps us in. Police announcement dated January 2nd, 1927 discloses the recent crimes committed by residents as well as the progress of ongoing investigations. The wanted poster depicts a man with pock marks on his face glaring fiercely to one side. More male unknown place of origin on January 1st, 1927. Murder occurred at 13 North Street. The perpetrator identified himself as Horn. We hope that all residents could provide relevant clues. The government will give a reward of $100,000 to the informant who discovers the clues that assist in the perpetrator's arrest. Officer Ryan will be officially sworn in as the sheriff of our town. The inauguration ceremony will be held on January 15th, 1920. Local industrialist Thompson made a donation to bring radio equipment to the town and founded the first radio station. A batch of industrial explosives were lost in the factory warehouse. Missing person notice pianist Pascal has disappeared recently. Thompson Chemical Factory is hiring workers for 12-hour shifts with daily salary of up to $1. The recruitment requirements for several executive government positions. For example, a male under 25 years old who is 165 centimeters tall and can play the violin. Kind of unique. North Street is hiring a nanny with a high salary. Candidates with medical care experience are preferred. Roland O'Brien, Thompson Chemical Factory, is hiring workers for. Okay. Damn. Ugh. Jesus Christ. It wasn't even worth it. Someone recently tried to set this place up. The slogan board is laying on the ground. It says Sheriff Ryan, protector of the town. See the water pipes from the bottom of the fountain. Because the water here is drawn from somewhere else. Besides, you managed to retrieve a key from here. I'm headed to the south. Yeah, because this is the east, that's north, this is south. This is supposed to be South Street. Where's Mary? It's like a slum. Shabby shelters made of weathered planks dot the place, and there are signs that people have made fires for warmth. The sewage nearby, the air smells awful. Dirty ditch expands its territory non-stop. I haven't checked that yet, but I might do that. Actually, let's do that because I really miss our beach. Let's see if we'll try this first. We'll just try going to title first. It took me all the way back. That's why I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, cool. That's it. It did work. It's just a little weird. There we go. Let's see if it fixed it. Try just really restarting it. Wait. Ugh. When you're about to say something. Hey, don't go mess with my stuff. Like this, he's not exactly looking bad. Won't take it for free, and I'll compensate you. Serious about paying me? Well, basically, that's the deal. That is amazing. Gig? Got me a job? Scorpion the vampire stands sentinel. He keeps sinewy hound on a leash. Name above the vampire is Thompson, while the hound is Ryan. Anything you find on the bed is a certificate of merit. Best quality inspector at Townsend Candle Factory, Tom Owen. Keep up the good work. I hope for even better from you. Signature Townsend.
What is this?
Hey, it's back. It's back. Here we go. Surprise me, you find it. Okay, well, it's only doing the person talking, but you know, I'll accept it. It's fine. synthesis. Let's see. Black Sea. Thing is, this weapon is 1d6, but it does give 20 plus 20 constitution. This is only gives you a benefit if it does more. Take a look at it. This gives it more brawl ability. Dumpster is made into a storage bin by the vagrant. Among the clutter of clothes, you find a crumpled paper. Your complaint? Loss of smell after ingesting detergent. History of present illness, liver fibrosis. NKA. Examination findings: nasal mucosa damaged, esophagus slightly damaged, gastric mucosa damaged. Diagnosis: anosmia. Instruction: reduce alcoholic intake. Topical medication prescribed. In a moment of silence, Mary stares at the paintings on the wall, lost in a sea of cherished memories before returning her gaze. I can't keep Nana waiting too long. Look at the wall adorned with various paintings: a cat, a rainbow, a whale, and stars. About a dagger hidden under the pillow. Mary's name stands much lower than Nana's, while Nana's name is marked at the height of 150 centimeters. What's this? As he roams beneath the bed, a pink greeting card emerges, its contents penned in our naive hand. Did anybody else see that it popped up a second? The formatting for the make happy birthday, Nana, and never mind. Yep, there it is. They're doing it again. This game. Oh man, wishing you joy and happiness every day. I wish I could care for you as you did for me, but I'll stumble along the way. I will learn to be more mature. In bold letters, Mary will always love Nana. Yep. Access to the sewers drained by masses of yellowish sludge-like substances emanating a stench of putrescence and decay. Terrorist daily pay, flexible working hours. The more you work, the more you earn. No preference for gender, major, or age requirement. Re-employment, physical examination, address number 21 South Street. uniform patterns. Can't damn, this hangs heavy in the air. Inside the cramped room, furnishings are sparse. Just a table and a bed. The table, weathered and worn, exudes an antique charm. The texture can still be recognized. Resting quietly on the bed lies an old man. Simple floor bed. The cool is marred by the patches of mold due to the passion, whatever human. Then drawer lie treasures of a different sort, discarded metal remnants like finished cans, bottle caps, and some broken cables. Each item cherished by its owner. Document signed in 1899 states that due to a devastating mudslide disaster, the government creates a land consolidation to facilitate reconstruction. The compensation are the barren land under the development to the south and some modest shanty dwellings. Additionally, a promise is made to build supportive housing within 5 years. He's dead. His body shows signs of advanced rigor mortis, indicating a passing of more than 24 hours. Signs of severe dehydration can be found, likely from infection and fever. However, his shriveled abdomen suggests the possibility of death by starvation. Once there might have been flowers, but now they're withered, robbed of vitality. Mary lowers her head, hugging herself tightly and sobbing quietly. Anna, were you still upset with me when you chose to not tell me what you think? I know you could have left this place, but in the end, I was the only one chosen. The one who took your happiness away. If only you had left before, I could have changed this place so that it wouldn't have remained like this. Gently puts a cake into the ground. I see it now. I was wrong all along. Seems to be a slightly damaged individual. True heart must be seen through actions to be believed, and I messed up. I failed to bring happiness to everyone. I must try hard so that everyone can see what I really mean, and find happiness in what I do, and bleed into the soup and then try to feed it to people. Mary's gone. Did I get stood up by? Did I get stand up by this horn? What's the noise? There's something from the drain. Man in a raincoat climbs out of the drain. He takes off the raincoat and throws it away in disgust. Blue hair, black clothes, and a flippant face. It's horn. Lucky for me, stumbling upon a sneaky shortcut to North Street. Now we can dodge Ryan. As you get closer, the stench from his body smacks you in the face. Can't help but pinch your nose. What? Never met a sewer rat as chill as me before? He's practically immune to the stench. You fight the urge to bolt and start to chat. Don't tell me we're going down there. Bingo! Time to wade through the lovely sewage muck. Or they'll heap up again. After you, for courtesy's sake. You know, the next stretch of the road gonna be etched into your memory forever. Horn guides you through the underground like a pro. You brushed against more than one fair share of sticky, sloppy, slippery stuff along the way. Good thing you snagged a waterproof raincoat from the garbage dump when you and Horn come to North Street. You climb out of the cesspool. The instant you take in the fresh air, you ditch the filthy raincoat without a second thought. Now you're standing in front of a fancy mansion. Never seen a mansion so grand. Hard to imagine Tonson and the Stinker to build a house and have someone else live in it. Recognize the girl in the wheelchair at the table. I think that's the same girl I saw in my dream. Little advice for you, don't touch anything here without having a closer look. You know what they say, the cake is a lie. Photo of a 6 or 7-year-old Winder and her father. Holding her daughter by the hand, the man looks paler than he should. Large floor clock made of solid wood. Its awe-inspiring magnificence gives anyone who wants to touch it a second thought. Hammers, driven by the delicate coordination between gears, strike the gongs to articulate the right sounds. I was taking her third rest in the wheelchair. You decide to? For now, we'll wait. You realize the candles are giving off an exotic aroma and your body starts to feel funny. Like an ice cream cone in a hot summer, your body feels like melting down to kiss the ground. Really something else, this candle. Wonder how did they get it from Thompson in the first place? Anyway, it's mine now. Your room dissipates as he snuffs out the candle flame. You now regain control of your body. This candle, why was I paralyzed? The candle has a name, Meld. And if nobody has told you before, it is what made Tonson rich. Sweet scent it gives off when burning makes fast sleepers and sweet dreamers. Shame that I didn't get to enjoy that heavenly experience. Why weren't you affected? The man points to his nose. I think the sewer stink just now whacked it. I can still smell dead rats. Moore starts to search around the room after taking away the candle. Your winter insomnia wouldn't stop bothering me, albeit I'm writing you this letter at the dead of night. I only wish I could be there with you, but worry not. I now have with me the cure for your illness. I'll be on the train back soon. I eagerly look forward to returning with you on January 15th in the afternoon. Very specific seeming. It's not the first medical reference book you read, and throughout the collision of knowledge old and new, you feel your erudition expand by a little. Not the first time you read through. 5 points. No, it's not a good time. Ryan might skin me there. Girl's taking undisturbed rest. Wake her up. I just can't remember the last time I talked to a lass without making her cry. Time to shine, I guess. Go on. Alright. Take her arm and give it a gentle shake. The girl opens her eyes. A heartwarming smile appears on her face. I've been waiting for you. But within a second, her smile turns bitter. She seems to be taking in the fact that you are not the visitor she was expecting. You're not. Tears sliding across her cheeks. A sense of guilt seizes you, even though you've done nothing wrong except for break into her house. Yet your consciousness starts to doubt yourself. Could your trespassing here have been a mistake?
Are you all right?
My apologies. I've considered many possibilities of the meeting, but may I have your name? It takes a moment to regain the composure, then sinks into a quiet reminiscence. Finally, her lips move. Winder, I have a father by the name of Roland. Girl turns her face sideways. For a while, she seems to have nothing more to say. You must forgive me. The memories I have in my mind, they're in a way intertwined. The web weaved with threads of the past and present, too intricate for me to tell one from the others. Okay? I'm with you. Take your time if you need it. Thank you. This place is no more than loops and cycles, all of which I'm tired of. I may have lost track of many things, but I can still recall the incident that night.
That night.
Yes, distinctly, I remember it was the cloudy night on January 14th. I had a terrifying dream in which I found myself caught helplessly in an enormous spider web. While I was struggling, I saw a figure draped in a yellow robe, and their hand leant out to me. I decided not to take the hand, however, and my dream came to an abrupt end the moment I turned down their aid. Baffled was I when I waked up and opened the window only to find the street empty of pedestrians and residents. You mean your family also vanished? The girl shakes her head feebly. I'm forever consigned to this wheelchair, as you can see, and my father has been visiting every nook and cranny outside to find me a cure. He was absent from the town when the disaster happened and thus saved from it. Strangely enough, the same disaster also kept my disease worsening. The smile on her face is genuine. How did she overcome the loneliness of solitary and the confinement of disability in the monotonous days? These questions are beyond you. Excuse me for my prudence, but are you by any chance seeking to escape from the loop? Yes. Happen to know a solution? I do have with me your exact remedy to your predicament. The method would ask for unusual approaches, and I therefore have to once again ask in advance your forgiveness that I cannot present it before I have your promise of fulfillment. You have my word. Very well. I implore you to kill me, to obliterate my existence. What? To kill you? She shakes her head again, cutting short your question. Please do not take my plea as the desperate cry of a cowardly spirit. It's not myself that I wish to deliver from the suffering. The solution, it's the result of my contemplation over the endless nights. I seem to be the root of the phenomenon, if I'm not mistaken. That strange dream has come to me once again on a recent night, wherein I found myself inside a palace, surrounded by shadowy figures in their hazy presence. There I saw a restless, churning cloud before me, from which the throng was anticipating the arrival of a certain someone. My soul was numbed and my voice silenced. At the end, I saw an expecting hand offered by the same figure in the same yellow robe. He spoke no word, but his intent was clear as day, that he was inviting me to leave the place together. It was after this dreamy encounter I began to grasp a better understanding of all this, that this endless circle of suffering could have ended long ago should I have taken that hand there. Though it's only my assumption, nevertheless a deliberate one, my death will content him. This is my solution and yours. Death is no joke. You sure there's no other way? Excuse me, but I can hardly place myself out of the conversation now. Now that you've chosen such an interesting topic. Oh, where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. Horn, your most reliable cleaner in the town. At least that's what I was. That was what I did for my last job, I think. But I do consider myself a perfect candidate for your offer. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Cleaner. I now entrust the task to you. With pleasure. Horn is taking his new task seriously. You decide to... do nothing or stop Horn. I guess stop Horn. Wonder, I understand what you're saying, but I believe there must be another way to solve the problem. I've seen your courage and determination, but we could have been walking the wrong path on this. Now, Horn, can I have a few words with you? Huh? You want to stop me? No, I'm not. I just want to have a small talk so we can nail the details first. The fact that Horn hasn't demonstrated an ounce of empathy so far is making the problem worse. You need to take the initiative in the conversation. What Winder had was just her guess. She said it herself, remember? If we jumped the gun, we might miss the chance to solve the real problem once and for all. We need more information to reach a conclusion. Dude, did that candle smell just whack your brain? You know what it's like to have your ass beamed to the same sunlight every morning in bed? Well, I do. Initiative. Exactly. I'm trapped in this freaking place serving my life sentence. Alyssa rage flicker in Horn's eyes. You decide to... Look, I understand you've been stuck here for a while, but look at you. I mean, together we just found a girl whom you hadn't been aware of all your time acting alone. And I've just been here for a couple of days. Seeing the same things every day is horribly boring. I know. But that doesn't mean you can't resort to other helps for an answer. So how are you getting to the end of this all by yourself? It's not going to work by a long shot. You know, now I have a pair of eyes looking at the problem from a different angle, and I'll be glad if you choose to use them well.
Alright, alright.
Why is it only doing some of them? I wanted to do all of them. I'm trying new tricks as long as they don't ask me to jump through more hoops. Or rather, I don't mind skipping through some hoops to get what I want. Just make sure they're not on fire. I'll keep working with you, I guess. Do some recollection to sort things out, shall we? What I need now is not a conclusion, but the details of what you saw or heard. And they're the key to the problem. Winder, you said you recall a disaster on the eve of the loop phenomenon? I believe that's the factor we need to further look into. Do you remember anything unusual in the day when the phenomenon started? I'll try to recall something. It's been long. That Mr. Thompson, he was in some missionary's outfit when he left the manor. The guy's been wearing the same clothes since then. Anyway, in terms of unusual things that day, I have very few on my mind. Ryan had an inauguration ceremony which completely stole my attention. Hey, hang on. On that day, Ryan grew fangs and claws. The sheriff had come to me before that tragedy befell on him. He extended his aid to me, hoping to escort me out of the town and away from danger. But I was still looking forward to Father's return and refused to help. Nevertheless, he reminded me to stay vigilant against Thompson. Ms. Max, how are you doing? Got a lurk as you're working. Hope I'm doing well. I'm doing all right. We're playing a relatively interesting game here. Sometimes it has AI text to speech, and sometimes it does not. He told you to keep an eye on Thompson. The old man did mention he had a way out when we first met the day we first met, Aaron. It is more interesting with the text to speech. You know what he's referring to, Horn? Eh? If I'd give a damn. I've been tracking the weirdo. All he has up his sleeves is some drug which he used to turn people into harmless sheep. Those less fortunate are turned into monsters. Anyway, I don't trust a word that weirdo said. And I don't know if it had anything to do with my detective work. The old man has been guarding his own home and keep everyone out all the time since then. I won't be surprised if he's really hiding something there. I see now that we cannot access Thompson's home. We may as well investigate where Ryan used to work. Horn's face lights up as he hears the name. Very good. I'll see you at the police office on East Street. I was just looking for some inspiration for my last gift to Thompson before I leave anyway. And a gentleman's promise is a promise. Wonder I'll see it fulfilled tomorrow night, even if the town is sunken into hell by then. Thought I could strike some sense into his mind. How come he's still after your life after all the reasoning? I truly appreciate your effort, but I was not lying when I pled. I wish for my demise. I have made a memorable life, and it's time to... Shit. The clock struck 12 midnight. Just ended. Bye! Seems my time is running short. I've asked much from you tonight, kind stranger. Still, you would allow me one waywardness one last time. Sure, what do you need? Please come here. Thank you. Her arms wrap around you. Warmth imbues the stranger whom she never expected to be reunited with. The time starts to flow backward. Hey, do I have to re-loot everything? That'd be a nightmare. Don't you hear a painful cry from downstairs? What is it? Mary all right? Nailed hammer gives the ability to fracture and post-fracture and bleed. Yeah, probably. Well, as fun as much as I want to keep playing, I also want to get some sleep before I do my stream today. I didn't really get a lot of sleep, and I was up most of Friday morning from like early hours. It would not behoove me to try to continue for no good reason. Actually, this is actually a really good spot. We're about to enter something. Yeah, let's go ahead and save here, actually. Because we're about to go into, like, the girl downstairs screams, so it's like, oh no, the thing downstairs. Alright, here's raid messages. I'm gonna go ahead and figure out where to raid out to. Feeling a little tired, and I'm trying to make sure I sleep a little better. But who to raid, though? Up and about. And my camera just died, too. Perfect timing. Let's see. Raid Christos. Christos King playing 1000 times resist. No idea what this game is. I use a Sony was it Sony DV10 or something? I'd have to actually look it up. But let me go ahead and get this started. All right, again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming by, hanging out, spending time. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some rest, like legitimate rest. Try to get some stuff done in the morning before I stream, and if I need to, get some more rest. Try to, take better, proper care of myself and all that jazz. But either way, I will see you all later. We're gonna go raid Christos King. Thank you everybody for coming by. Thank you, Val, for the bit. And yeah. We'll finish this game up probably this coming up Friday. We'll play all the other games on the normal schedule the rest of this weekend. And I will see you all later. Take care of yourselves. Drive safe. Be good within reason. Don't do drugs. And have a good day. Later.